Okay. First of all, for those of you watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video if you did. It really does help. I am trying to build the channel, and this has become not just a repository for all the videos that I've done, categorized by the topic, but it's wanting to reach more students, to get more reporters out in the field, to just really advocate for our profession, because we were called to this. It's not just a job. So for those of you who are getting ready to take that major test, or if you're having problems with testing in general, I want you to recognize that there's a feeling in your body that you get before the test. And there are other videos that describe, what that feeling is, where it came from, that it's part of it is a biochemical reaction in your body. Part of it is you emotionally being triggered on something that felt this way earlier in your life. Doesn't matter. For that moment, I want you to just become aware of that feeling in your body. Like, where is it? I mean, for me, it's always like right smack in my stomach. Sometimes it's in my chest. Sometimes it's my heart pounding. Anybody that tells you they don't know what those feelings are, well, God bless them. But I want you to become aware of that feeling. It's almost like it's a little kid wanting to get your attention, mommy, 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 to you, what? And you look at it and stop what you're doing and seriously ask it, who are you? What do you want? What is this feeling from? You may or may not get an answer. Don't worry about that. The idea, the power, is in you stopping what you're doing and being distracted from the feeling to acknowledge that it's there. Not just acknowledging mentally that it's there, but feeling it physically in your body, which is terrifying. Because I know when I went through this process, and it took me a long time because I'm very resistant to change, but I literally told the lady I was working with, I don't want to feel that feeling. Why would I want to go there and feel that? That's just ridiculous. And her attitude was, well, you need to get to know it. You need to talk to it. You need to be friends with it. You need to embrace it and love it. And I thought, it ain't happening. That is not happening. Until I could wrap my head around a way to be able to do that. Because my thinking was, if somebody's being mean to me, and I felt like that feeling was being mean to me, I didn't like it. It was a nasty, horrible, stalling out feeling. And she was asking me to be nice to it. Like what? I'm supposed to invite it in for tea? No, I wouldn't let people who treat me. I mean, I have trouble with boundaries, but still, I would not invite somebody into my home, my heart, my life, my body to have tea with them, to be nice to them for no particular reason. If they treated me like that, no, go make somebody else feel horrible, not me. Thank you. But here's the magic of it. When you feel that feeling and you ignore it and you think, I'm getting away from it for the moment, you kind of are, but you're not really. You're getting away from the conscious awareness of it. It goes on. It will, when you're taking a test, it will sit there in the background evaluating every word it's hearing to decide, is there anything in that text? Is there anything in those words that I should be aware of? Something, oh, they mentioned a red truck. I remember when you were 3 years old and you stepped on a bee and you saw a red truck go by. Red trucks are really bad. They hurt your feet. They sting your feet when red trucks go by. And your brain, without you being consciously aware of it, will take off on a trajectory of reliving that whole experience, which floods your body again with chemicals. This is a hard job that we do. It's not just showing up and taking down the words. It's showing up, taking down the words, and overcoming our triggers to the words. I'm telling you, this is part of why I do not do court, because I don't do well in court. You put me in criminal court, in juvenile court, I will go home and cry, because I'm hoping now, 10 years after the fact, that it would not trigger me the way it used to. But I'd go home and I'd just cry. It would bring up such emotion in me of the things I had to experience when I was a little kid, having no support, and having times when my parents would threaten me, you know, if you tell anybody, they're going to take you away. And part of my brain was like, well, that's not such a bad idea. And then there was part of my brain that said, oh God, that's the unknown. I don't, it could be worse. It's bad, but it could be worse. So shut up. Don't talk to anybody. Don't tell anybody. Don't share. Don't heal. Just keep it inside. Put it in a place where you can navigate it moment to moment, and you can still have a functional life, because everybody around you is telling you, grow up. That happened in the past. Yeah, let it go. Let it go. If you can let it go, good. But until you truly let it go, you just keep bringing it up. And then you feel bad because you wonder, what the hell is wrong with me that I can't just let this stuff go that seems inconsequential now? Well, it does to this part of you, but to the part of you that still has the trauma trapped in the tissues of your body, it can't let go. So that is why it's powerful to stop and not try to distract from it. Don't go eat, don't have a drink, don't binge for that moment. Just stop, face it, and feel it. Just feel it. And I had a very interesting coach tell me once that the feelings you feel, the emotions that surge through you, only have a shelf life of 60 to 90 seconds on their own, and then they dissipate. And I thought, well, that can't be true, because I've spun in anxiety for minutes on end, sometimes hours, sometimes days. So don't tell me it's got 60 to 90 minutes shelf life. That's bullshit. But here's what I was doing. I wasn't feeling the feeling and just allowing it to have its moment of being seen and then be gone. And it won't come back. Now, there are a billion moments like that, but you get better at letting them go so that they start happening instantaneously instead of fighting with them. But what I was doing was, instead of allowing it to flow through me, I would grab another thought that felt just like it and start another 60 seconds, another 120 seconds, you know, another moment, another thought, another thing that felt bad. There's a lot of them in there. And then before that one was over, I'd grab another one, and I'd grab another one, and I'd grab another one, because thoughts beget similar thoughts. And so it was very easy. Yeah, that happened. Oh, and remember when that happened? Oh, and remember when that happened? And every time that happens, remember how bad you feel? We don't want to go there. We don't want to do that. And yet you're living it in your body while your mind is telling you you don't want to go there. And there you are. So trust me when I say those feelings have a 60 to 90 second shelf life, if you let them have air to breathe for just 60 to 90 seconds without trying to squash them or make them go away or getting scared and running from them. That breathing is magical. It helps bring in power and bravery and courage. And it allows you to help process those feelings that are in your body. And then as you exhale, you're actually literally letting that go, that trigger, that moment, that episode go. Now, if it comes up again, it just means it had a lot of layers and it needs you and the moment, the time to be able to let you let go. And if you can do this as a practice before you practice, it will become a practice that you can do before you test. And it will calm your nervous system. It will allow you to accept what's happening and let it go through you and be gone. And for some of us whose trauma lasted a very long time, it's going to take a little longer. You know, if it took you from the ages of 2 to 7 to become programmed the way you think and believe, it's going to take a little bit of time. Hypnosis can make it go faster because we get right through the filters and figure out what's the program that's running. You know, what's the belief underneath everything that's running? I don't deserve it. I haven't suffered enough. I'm the kid that can't ever accomplish what I really want to accomplish, no matter how hard I try. There are all kinds of interesting programs running in there. It's not a big deal, only because everybody's got programs. Either you recognize them and they're working for you, or you recognize that they're not working for you and you have the ability, the right to change them. They were put there to protect you. And if they're not protecting you anymore, then we need to help you let them go. I want you to just be aware today, in whatever moment comes along, if something, I hate that word, if it triggers you. Well, if it does, if it comes up and you feel it in your body and you get a rush of adrenaline and something just feels bad for no particular reason. I used to call it free floating anxiety because I could not connect it up to anything in the rational world I saw around me. It was just like this feeling that would overtake me. Who knows what that was triggered by? And you don't have to know to learn how to let it go and be gone with it forever. And I want to tell you guys, I was talking to a psychic friend of mine yesterday, blew me away. And out of the blue, she mentioned that, 5 years ago, when you started this, you didn't think you were going to be able to make any progress. And your whole life has changed. Everything has changed because you opened yourself up to believing that something different was possible. And I challenge every one of you to do that, to just accept the fact that something different than what you're stuck in right now is possible. I love you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you later.